Hello everybody. So I've been watching a lot of videos of people talking about their language learning goals for 2025 and I really enjoy hearing about them and it's really motivating. So hopefully something in this will be motivating for you today. So I guess before we get into what I plan on doing for this year, a very brief backstory because I don't think I've ever really talked about language learning on this channel in any of my videos. I started learning German about 2 years ago. The first year, in 2023, I guess that was then, it was the bulk of my learning of German and basically put me at the level I'm at now. And I even talk to myself in German throughout the day and stuff, but I am at like an A2 level, probably like a low A2. Then the second year, I kind of like, I don't know, I kind of fell into this rut, and honestly, I could describe it the best as I just felt burnt out in 2024. And the reason why we really needed to say that was because a lot of my goals this year focus around that burnout that I experienced with German. And I don't want that to happen with German again this year, and I don't want that to happen with my other languages because I've always wanted to learn other languages, but I always wanted to get further in German before I started any of them. But honestly, I've been learning Spanish the last few weeks, and it has really motivated me again, a newfound motivation for languages. Not newfound, but like, I don't know, I just feel like I did the first year with German, and I still am doing some German content on the side currently, but I have definitely been, when I do lessons for languages, it's been entirely Spanish lessons. But I don't know enough Spanish to communicate with someone yet, but hopefully by the end of this year. So, my goals for 2025. I think that I don't want to do one of those things that you see some people talk about in a video and they're like, these are the languages I want to learn. I want to be a B2 in this language. Like, I'm not going to measure it in that way because I think that that's a very arbitrary thing. Like, for example, in German, I would say that I'm A2, but I also think that, my listening comprehension for German is different from my writing comprehension or from my speaking ability. So there's a lot of different facets, so I'm not going to do that. But I do say, specifically with German, I think my number one goal by the end of the year, because I went to Germany last year, and I have a lot to say about that trip. It was a really amazing trip. I loved Berlin, Stendal, Potsdam. I loved all the places I visited. But I would love to... My number one goal for German is I want to make a video, at least a video in German by the end of the year, and to be able to, without writing a script out for everything I'm going to say. I might need basic talking points just to be able to keep the video cohesive because I struggle with that even in English. But I also would like to do streams in German. That would be nice to be able to do a live stream and have it be in German. I think that's probably my biggest goal. I think that if I'm able to get to that point with German, then I would be in a much better place for my next trip to any German-speaking country. Probably Germany, but Austria, Switzerland, wherever I might go. And currently what I'm doing with German is, currently, really, it's just consuming German content, whether that's live streams, shows on Netflix, podcasts, YouTube videos. I definitely have specifically searched out content that I like already in English, in German, on YouTube, on Twitch, different things. And now those websites are starting to recommend me occasionally content in German. So that's been really cool. And I think that that's going to really help. But also, if I start to feel burnout with Spanish, then I'll probably go back to German. And I do have some other languages that I have in my head that I do want to learn. If I'm burnt out with both of them, then I'm just going to pick those up. Because at the end of the day, even if I pick something up and I forget some of it, when I go back to learn it, it's going to be a lot easier to build on. For example, like I said, I've been learning German for the past 2 years. Now with Spanish, that's the kind of current focus for me at the moment. Kind of getting those building blocks set. But I had tried to learn Spanish a long time ago, and I struggled really hard. And it's funny because in the lessons that I've been doing, some of the same things that used to trip me up is so much easier now because of me having learned German. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of similarities between Spanish and English in different scenarios, but there has definitely been similarities that I've noticed between German and Spanish that isn't there in German and English, or just kind of unlocking a different sentence structure than you expect in English. When you only know one language ever, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around that. And now that I'm able to conform sentences and I'm able to communicate in German, even though it's just at an A2 level, like, I don't know, it's just, this learning Spanish feels easier so far. So with Spanish particularly, my goal by the end of the year, I think I would like to make a video in Spanish by the end of the year too. But I think with Spanish, because I'm just starting, it would have to be something like, there was a Subway ASMR I did where I didn't write a script for that, but there were certain words that I didn't know that I had to look up beforehand, and I had to write them down and keep them near me because I knew there were certain words that I just didn't know, and I needed to know enough words to be able to make that video. So maybe like a lighter video like that I would like to be able to do in Spanish by the end of the year. Thankfully with Spanish, I think it'll be a lot easier to progress because I live in Indiana and there is like no one. I don't think I've ever I've came across people that spoke German, but I didn't know they did until afterwards. So at work now I wear a German flag on my badge just so people know. That way, there has been times actually that I noticed or found out later on that it would have been useful because there was like German exchange students that I've seen before that was kind of struggling asking me for something, and it just would have been easier if we was able to communicate in German, but I didn't know they were German. Anyways, though, I don't really have a goal in Spanish other than that. And I don't really have a goal in English other than that either. Currently, I'm just like, at the beginning of the week, I'm asking myself, what language do I want to learn? Or am I still, like, let's say I'm doing Spanish right now. Am I burnt out with Spanish right now? I think probably within the next few weeks, I'll do at least a week of German because some of the content I've been watching in German recently, I really kind of want to get back into that. I think I kind of want to do live streams on this channel too of Duolingo lessons or maybe journaling, just different language learning things and stuff that I do. I would like to do live streams for that, even if no one watches. It's just something that motivates me, like a reason to do it almost in a way, and something to kind of hold myself accountable more. I do think that there are some other languages, like I said earlier, that, you know, if I feel burned out with both, that I might do, like, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do after German. That's why I didn't pick up another language before now. I've kind of done a little bit of some other languages here and there, as you've seen, probably if you've watched me on Twitch ever and stuff like that. And I've probably talked about it before occasionally here and there, but I just couldn't figure out, I'm like, what language do I want to learn after German? Because there's so many that I want to learn. So, like I said, if I feel burnt out with both, I might pick up one of those, like, a little bit, just to, like, kind of refresh myself. But, like, I think French would be cool to learn, but the pronunciation thing of the words seem kind of scary. Mandarin sounds fun to learn, but I don't know. There's a lot of factors with that makes that challenging. And then same with Japanese. And then Korean sounds fun to learn. And Russian does. There's a lot of languages that I would like to learn, and I don't know what I would pick up if I was burnt out on both of those, but I'm just gonna, like, not hold myself back this year is, I guess, a big goal too. Don't hold myself back from, you know, if I feel burnt out with both, instead of just saying, oh, maybe I'll feel like it tomorrow, or, you know, whatever I do to put it off, I need to just, you know, do something. So I've done something every day so far this year, and that's how I was with German. 2 years ago too. So hopefully we stay that way. And yeah, I think I might be doing some live streams, even if they're like only like an hour long or something like that, or even less than that. Even it could be even like a little study with me thing. Maybe we can hold each other accountable. But yeah, so what are your language learning goals for 2025? Is there anything that you'd like to share? Let me know, and I will see you all very soon. It has been a very long year gone. There is a lot of content that I would like to make, not just with language learning, but continuing ASMR videos like I had been doing. I used to do mukbang videos not that long ago, so that's always a consideration. But I don't know, that I just don't really want to right now, you know? And I don't want to force myself to do content that I don't want to do. So, I don't know, but yeah, definitely those things. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you. Sorry for the long wait, for the long time gone. And hopefully the next one won't be as long. Thank you. Bye.